Hi, Ohio educators. Charlene here with Edulastic. Hope everyone's doing well and hanging in there. Really excited to be here today to share the playlist feature, but also a new product that we just rolled out with Edulastic called SparkMath, which really is just a curated list of assessments aligned to your particular math curriculum that will provide differentiated math practice to your students. I know a lot of Ohio educators are very familiar with with Edulastic, but some are not. And, we'll definitely, I'll kind of introduce Edulastic a little bit at the beginning, show you how to create a free account, and then kind of go from there. Edulastic is free forever for teachers, and all of our Ohio aligned items are, a lot of them are not only vetted, but are aligned to Ohio standards, of course. So that's on our free version. Definitely after today's session, if you go to edulastic.com and click join for free, you can get started today. And I see we have Brenda here. Hi, Brenda. Nice to meet you. Let me go ahead and just kind of jump right in here and get started. And as questions come in, we'll definitely, I'll try to answer them as best I can, or maybe just wait till after our session to answer questions. I live in Portland, Oregon, but I've lived all over the U.S. Former high school math and science teacher, taught high school for over 10 years. Very familiar with Edulastic and assessment platforms. I know with, educators want a platform that makes it really easy to create assessments, whether you're going in there and creating those quick formatives or creating your end of course review. You can do all of that within Edulastic. And like I said, our content is available in the free version. So you could literally go in, create a free account today, push out some maybe air released items to your students that pertain to a particular standard that your students have struggled with in the year, or you've struggled teaching throughout the year. And then release those to your students. If you have Google Classroom, you can sync that up and then get the data back all within this week or today if you wanted to. That's how easy it is to use Edulastic. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you here is you just go to edulastic.com and click join for free when you're ready to create that free account. Let's come over here. So with the data, your classes will be set up and synced with Google Classroom, or, with our enterprise subscription, we can integrate with many learning management systems. So Schoology, Teams, Canvas, we can certainly do it all and work with your tech team. But this would be, the first way to get started is creating those classes so that way you're ready to push out assessments. Today we're focusing on the playlist feature within Edulastic. It is a premium feature. If you do want to check out how to use a playlist at the end of this session, you can upgrade your free account to premium to activate a free 2-week trial. So I'm going to show you an example of a playlist I created to maybe to help support Ohio Air Prep. And then you can create a free account, upgrade, and then create your own playlist to just kind of take it on a test drive. So how playlist works is from your account, if you notice over here, I'm on a premium account. And on your free version, you won't see this playlist icon. Well, this is, like I said, unique to premium. And so when you click on the playlist here, this is where you get a chance to come in and start thinking about, what kind of playlist do I want to create? Do I want something where it's a curated list of assessments that are aligned guide, aligned to a curriculum map, or maybe aligned to, the Ohio prep. So you're working on prepping for the state test, but not just about the state test, but reviewing those standards throughout the year and kind of seeing where we are and where we need to go in this point of time. So to get started on creating a playlist, and you can think about this as like your Apple Music, I guess, is where I've got several playlists. I've got one called Friday Feels. I play it in the car on the way to Starbucks early in the morning. You get a coffee. Or I have a Weekend Vibes family road trip, right? So you think about those playlists you create for your music. So why not do that for assessments? Because we all as educators have different assessments. Maybe you just have a playlist of check for understandings and you've got a playlist of exit tickets. It's really up to you how you do that. So I want to dive into playlists because Edulastic uses the playlist feature to deliver SparkMath. So it's kind of a two-part process, if you will, in walking you through SparkMath. But when you're on a premium account, here's your playlist icon right here. And then you just click on New Playlist. And this is where you can start to give the playlist a name. So I'm just going to call it Ohio Air Prep. Okay. You've got alignment info you can enter. You can, of course, tie your grade and subject to your playlist. You can even create a tag that would make it, easy for a colleague to locate your playlist and use as well. You can insert a picture here or video to kick off your playlist. So you can have as much fun or just keep it basic as you want. Again, it's all customizable and up to you. And then when you go to manage content, this is when you start adding those modules or you add units. And when you click on the add module, you can give a module a name. So that could be a particular standard. I'm just going to write in standard. I'll show you the one I create in just a minute. Maybe this is like the first unit or first chunk of standards, a standard I want to review with my class. Give it a name. Maybe this is like functions, polynomials, fractions. I'm just going to say fun with fractions. Not that your students will find that funny, but there you go, fun with fractions. And then you can add a description. So maybe the description is your standard description. And again, you can have some fun with it or just keep it simple with text below. So I'm just going to put text right here for description, just kind of showing you where I'm putting these things. And when I click add, I'm ready to go with this particular module. And so now maybe what I want to do is pull in some content that will help my student review or help assess the fractions content as I review fractions with them in my class. So adding content is as easy as searching for a name, searching a standard. You just hit enter here, and now I've got some resources to add. And in fact, if you go here to resources, I've pulled some videos, from the, just from going to here and going out to YouTube. In fact, if it were a polynomial, I could just drag it right in here. But really that content is super easy to just drag and drop. You just simply grab it and then you can drop it in and then you can start, creating your playlist like that. This eyeball is to view the content. So you still have that available to see, okay, what is this particular multiplying polynomials assessment? And then you can start building this module. So you can have multiple modules from here. It's really just what kind of playlist this is and how are you going to create it to fit your needs. Let me show you an example of what I created for Ohio Air Prep. So I'm just going to clear all. It's always really important to clear all when you're using our filters. They're sticky, and that's a good thing because we want you to find exactly what you're in need of. So if I go to authored by me for the playlist, here is just a little example of this was the sample I just walked through with you all, but here's one kind of more complete. So here's my little picture. And so in this case, my unit number, I just called it 1. My module name is the actual standard I'd like to review with the students. This is the standard name, and then here's the description. And I just did copying and pasting from the standards on the Ohio Department of Ed site. And then I just started pulling in different assessments to support me and my instruction and review of this particular standard with my students, just by going to customize content. I even have a video here. In fact, I probably want the video to maybe kick off my standard module here. So they can watch the video, and then we can kind of review together, do whole group, small group instruction, whatever that looks like for you. And then I can start assigning, these particular assessments to my students. And then I even added kind of an end of course overall review. And I found a lot of different pre-built assessments in our program. One was a specific Ohio Air released test for Algebra 1. And so I added these to my to this playlist as well. So as you can see, this is very helpful. And if you're OCD like me and you like to stay organized, this is for you. But also just kind of keeping things, in categories in terms of your assessments, because without a playlist, you still have access to all of your assessments you're creating, but they're going to be on the assessments clipboard right here. So for me, seeing a long running list of assignments and then having to maybe filter for those just didn't work for me. So maybe the playlist would be more suited to you. And like I said, you can activate a free 2-week trial of premium from your free account to give the playlist feature a test drive. So let's take the playlist a step further. And now we're going to go into, in fact, actually, let me backtrack. How do playlists work? This is a great site that hopefully maybe Ileana can drop into our chat. But this is our new kind of revised help center. And I just typed in playlists and found this great step-by-step article on how to get set up, how to access them, how to use them, etc. So this is going to be very helpful as you get started on playlists usage. So now the main attraction of supercharging your math instruction with SparkMath. Once you activate a trial of premium, you can also activate a trial of SparkMath. So we encourage you to go to our website and do that to give it a try. But it's a curriculum aligned differentiated math practice. And I'm going to show you the curriculum alignments that we currently have. If we don't have your curriculum alignment and you're using SparkMath and you're like, well, we're going to adopt like big ideas math in the fall, reach out to me, because we are looking to continue to build our alignments. And so we'd love to work with you in your district and, kind of hopping on a discovery call and ironing out details. So SparkMath is delivered through the playlist feature. So again, if I'm going to the same icon that I went to start building a playlist, well, I'm going to clear all. So let's say you take out your trial of SparkMath, or maybe your district wants to pilot SparkMath through June 30th. That is available. You just need to talk to me and email me. We take the SparkMath collection and pop it into your account. So just remember, prior to this, I was in the playlist feature and creating a new playlist. So I was creating it from the ground up, from scratch. This time SparkMath is going to do that work for me. So it's pretty great. So when you go into collections and when you've either enabled SparkMath 2-week trial, or we've put it in the accounts because your district wants to pilot it for a little bit longer, the SparkMath collection will live right here in the playlist collections. So when I activate the SparkMath collection, I have over 41 playlists. So math teachers out there, you're going to start to recognize a lot of these really popular math curricula. So we have Eureka, Engage, and Y for grades 1 through 12, I believe. We've got a Spark Original, which is a very general alignment for instance, your 7th grade math year. We also have Go Math. Can't see, there we go. We've got Go Math, as well as Illustrative Math. And the Illustrative Math, I believe, is for grades K-5, but Illustrative should be going live for middle school, hopefully this week. So you see all these playlists, you're like, okay, the first step is, let me just find the playlist for my grade. So I'm just going to go in here and choose grade, just kind of stick in the middle, grade 7. So I have options to choose from, and this is exactly how it works from your account. You would, filter for your grade once you, activate the trial and decide which playlist you want to use. So maybe your district is using the Eureka, Engage, and Y curriculum and you'd like the alignment of Edulastic content to that curriculum, you could use this tile. There's the original, and then, like I said, the Go Math aligned. If I were to choose a grade like within K5, for instance, let me just go with grade 3. I think you'd see an additional playlist because we'd have the illustrative in there. Okay, so illustrative, again, fingers crossed, the middle school and high school should be, or middle school should be coming out soon. So let me go back to that, just go to grade 7 here. And so once you choose your grade level and you decide which alignment you would like to use, you're going to click on that tile. And if you're used to the Eureka Engage and Why curriculum, you're going to notice that, okay, this looks very familiar, because Eureka Engage and Why, what they do is they have this arranged into modules. So I've got 6 modules. And then each module has your topic quizzes, your mid-module assessment, a couple more topic quizzes, and then end of module. So again, if you're used to Eureka Engage and Why, you're like, yeah, this alignment is very familiar to me. So if this is like, wow, this is my grade 7 math year already lined up very nicely and neatly, I would like to use this. So I want to use this. So I'm just going to click on use this in the upper right-hand corner. And when you click on use this, you take the playlist from this icon, and now it's living in your My Favorites, and you want it up here. So now I can start assigning. These assigning buttons were not on the previous screen because you need to go to use this. So let me actually go, and in fact, I've got a few, and if you want to go here to this square with squares within, I can actually go to this particular module, or excuse me, alignment that I was working with. And so from here, you've got a couple of different options. If you are a district or school site that's really encouraging students to have self-pacing, then you can assign the whole module to your class and they can work on the assessments at their own pace. But you don't have to do that. You can assign assessment by assessment as you teach the topic, do some review, do check-in, and then you can assign topic A, and then you can just assign one by one as you go within your instruction. Notice here, as you start to assign these particular assessments within the module, you'll get the proficiency and the insights and some other data and insights right here. And then as the module completes, you'll get the whole module data proficiency right here, which is really great, because if you notice area, surface area, etc. is real low, then that particular module is something you need to go back and plan your reteach accordingly, and maybe push out some more differentiated practice assessments to your students. So you'll get the insights here as the modules get completed. Coming soon, so right now as is, you can't customize it, but coming soon, you're going to be able to customize this. So you'll be able to add in additional content to fit your needs. So just keep that in mind. It's brand new, so we're still kind of rolling out features as we go here. So the SparkMath playlist alignment is great. It saves you time. You don't have to build it. SparkMath does that for you. But then SparkMath has an additional layer, which is really going to keep you supported, which is the Differentiation tab, which lives up here. So when I go to the Differentiation tab, so let's say, okay, I assign topic A to my students from that Eureka Engage and Why playlist. And you just select that particular assessment. And now, before I select a group, you can customize these ranges here. So I've decided I want a group of students who scored below 70%, a group who's between 70 and 90, and then a group who's above 90. Because clearly, below 70, that's going to be my review group, some more differentiated assessments, some one-on-one small group instruction, practice work, they're a little more independent, challenge work, that's like we want to keep them engaged and not bored. So these can be customized. And now what I want to do is go to period 1 to see what SparkMath provides for me. So check it out, teachers. I didn't have to group any students. I didn't have to sort. I didn't have to make notes. SparkMath has identified 18 students in period 1 scored below 70. 2 students scored below 70 and 90, and then 1 student is my challenge, in need of challenge work student. So SparkMath did that for me. SparkMath also recommends assessments tied to these particular standards with this content that this group needs to review, because these were the pieces to this topic A with ratios that if students can practice more, we can bump them into hopefully that next performance band. So from here, if you look at customized content, I can do a couple of different things. So as you see, SparkMath, it's a recommendation. You don't have to take it. These 3 I did take, and I assigned to the 18 group after I worked with them a little bit more and checked in with them and looked at their tests by going to my Insights tab. You can still pull up the Edulastic reports for any SparkMath assessments. But SparkMath recommended this, and I didn't assign it. So it's up to you. You're in complete control of this differentiation board. Now, let's say you want to maybe pull in something to review fractions. Again, you can just search by keyword or standard, and I'm just, for time's sake, just pulling in anything. I haven't had a chance to review it. You're just going to drop it right in here. It's just a drag and drop. And now you can decide, well, I like what SparkMath recommends, but this one not so much. I want to pull in this particular assessment. So you can do that along with resources like a video, etc. So you're in complete control of this. We are making improvements to the differentiation piece. So for instance, right now, it looks like I can only assign to all 18, but maybe the 18 group needs to be split even further. And so you'll be able to assign assessments to particular students within the list for each work group. So once you have that, you can then push out those assessments and you'll be able to track their performance using your Insights tab, which provides all of those data reports that Edulastic is known for. So that's SparkMath in a nutshell. Like I said, we're starting 2-week trials of that, and if it's something that you feel like maybe a larger cohort would like to pilot for longer, maybe through June 30th, you can reach out to me, and hopefully Ileana gets a chance to put my email in our chat. And then we can, or I can, certainly extend a trial for a particular, math department at a school site, or maybe math teachers across the district. I wanted to kind of stop here, take a little breather, and see if we had any questions. Well, what's great about our products, folks, is that I rarely get questions because it's so user-friendly. But questions as they come up will probably be as you dive into the products and you start using them. Whether you have feedback or questions about the particular curriculum or just playlist or SparkMath, please feel free to reach out to us. I hope this certainly keeps you all supported in this kind of drive home through the end of this school year. And please, activate those free trials and take it on a test drive and let us know how it goes for you and your students. Thanks so much for your time. Take care. Bye, everyone.